Welcome,
Hey,
Stacy.
everybody.
Man, I'm glad to have you here.
So glad to be here. I'm pretty jazzed about this.
Yeah. We've been talking about this for a little while.
Yeah.
Getting over here to the studio to have a conversation about you, because it's funny. I mean, we were having a conversation offline just a minute ago about how, you know, we've ran in the same circles forever. We're definitely in that core group of kind of musicians that came out of it's like a 3-generation kind of
Right.
music empire that came out of East Texas for a little while. You know,
White
what I mean?
House and Tyler.
Yeah. And you know, for you guys listening, my two of my brothers, Troy and Brett, had a band called Wizard, which if you've caught the first episode with Kirk Harper and his origin story, we went into a little bit of that because he was connected to that world as well. Well, you know, Stacy also played with Kirk, played with Brett, played with Troy, and played with my eldest brother, John.
That's right.
So you've kind of ran the gamut, man.
That's right, yeah. You and I need to start a band.
Well, that's the funny thing. We've never really got a chance to jam together much. And
I think we played one time at a teaser show, if I remember correctly. You got up with us.
Oh, that's
It was
right.
a lot of fun, yeah.
That was fun. I've got pictures of that. That was
you really?
over at Rick's, right?
That's right.
Yeah. That was fun. I was extremely intoxicated, and
Hey, everybody had a great time.
that was after my divorce with my ex-wife, and I was just like, I'm going out every night, every second I could be doing something.
I'm gonna live.
Yeah. I'm just gonna crash this party. I was that guy that night, the guy that I've hated for 20 years of playing music. That's like, can I come play a song with you guys?
Let's see, it worked out for everybody.
But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to. It wasn't really about me getting up and playing, but it was just, you know, I hadn't had a chance to.
It was
really
a
be
cool
in that
connection.
dynamic.
It was for me. It was the first time that I think John was even kind of shocked that you and I had never played together before. We just hadn't had the opportunity. We were always in different circles doing different things. I had a conversation with a friend of mine that plays music just yesterday, and he was like, man, I never get to see you guys, band I'm playing in now. And I'm like, dude, I don't ever get to see you guys because we're all usually playing, and then I'm old. And so when I'm not playing, I'm home. I'm not going anywhere.
No. It's straight to the couch.
It is.
Game of Thrones and just chilling. So
Sure.
But yeah, that's right. Man, I'm glad you mentioned that. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, it's fun.
But it's been one of those things, though, that we were talking also offline earlier about kind of, you know, people have a certain energy and aura and about them. And it's always interesting when you get on stage with somebody, because to me, being in a band is a relationship to me.
There's an intimacy.
Yeah.
There's an exchange. It's spiritual. It's information. And even
without saying a word.
Without saying anything. Yeah. It's its own language. Right.
Yeah. And it's weird.
Agreed.
And it felt comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And you can always tell when you step on stage with somebody and you immediately you're cool. Like, you know, Daniel Wilson.
Right.
He was that way with me when I started. I was doing acoustic gigs with Drew, and Drew had to step out of that, and Daniel didn't have a lot going on at that point, and he came up, and we did a gig over here in Frisco at the Frisco Bar, and it was our first, you know, we had practiced like once or twice, right? You know?
Yeah.
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. Well, I had $1 million, but I'd spend it all if I could find that honor and that Sancho that she found. Well, I'd pop a cup and Sancho and I'd snap her down.
Just going through a couple of things, just make sure we know where our head's at. And we got up, and man, it was awesome. We jammed, and people were like, "Yeah, you guys are awesome. You know, how long you guys been playing together?" We're like, "Never. Like, this is the first night. You know,
when it clicks, it can only get better. I mean, it sounds kind of corny, and it doesn't mean that you won't have some questionable moments, but even then, I guess the mental conversation that happens within that allows for the fact that any mistake, and I used quotation marks when I said that, can become kind of undistinguishable because you cover it because you're busy doing that thing. And like you said, it's a chemistry thing, and you can even run into a situation with people, and this is kind of a weird thing to bring up, but you run into somebody that you've heard a lot about, you admire and you play with them, and there's nothing
No
there,
chemistry, yeah,
no connection at all, and it's strange.
like the person on TV that you're like, oh, that it'd be awesome to hang out or whatever. And
then
if you ever got that chance and you did it, and you're like, I don't like you. I was like, there's nothing here. Yeah. It's weird. It definitely does go the opposite way at times, but
it's rare.
Yeah. Because you kind of know going in. I feel like a lot of times people that are going to be on your level at some capacity, and there's different levels of that too. I mean, if you're talking about recording in the studio, if you're talking about writing songs, if you're talking about playing shows, like if you're talking about promoting shows, I mean, every little step that goes into being a band, it's going to be a different dynamic with whoever you have in that band. And it's always interesting to see what comes out of that.